Bonjour mes amis. Hi guys. American Psycho is a wonderful read that never gets old, and the Mary Harron on-screen adaptation of the Bret Easton Ellis book, featuring a devilish Christian Bale, is one of my favorite movies. But while the character in the book famously describes at length his wardrobe and everyone else's around him, including his Rolex, the brand wanted nothing to do with the movie, which resulted in some clever adaptation. Famously, the "Don't touch the watch" rather than the original "Don't touch the Rolex" scene. Yet, every publication, GQ, Esquire, Wall Street Journal, and watch sites or YouTube channels would have you believe he wore a 5-digit reference date just 16013 or the likes. And while yes, the book's watch would have been just that, zoom in a little bit and you'll find a tiny crown at 4 o'clock and a weird large date window. And it can only be one thing, the Seiko 5 SNXJ, most likely the champagne dial version, SNXJ 90. Do not ask me if it's for sale or where to find one. It's much easier to source the Rolex. So this $150 watch ends up being one of the most famous timepieces ever worn on film. It is especially important because it is part of the attire of the character, and he takes pride in it, unlike the famous Rolex and Seiko tool watches of Apocalypse Now, for example, that don't really mean all that much as watches to the characters. So, let's have a look here, and for good measure, I brought in my gold dial SNXJ 92. I do also own the all silver SNXJ 89. I paid actual retail or less for these in Hong Kong, finding them by chance, and no, they did not have more than one of these, so don't ask me where. It's pointless. Just go around all little shops that carry Seiko. I have the full set and warranty for this one. It was brand new, stickered when I got it, and I even got a little discount on it. I had sold the first SNXJ 92 that I got and found another one, not full set unfortunately, but with the original tag. Well, anyway, the watch is lovely with nice little details. You get the day in 2 languages along with the date. It's loomed and wears light on the wrist. The Jubilee type bracelet catches wrist hair easily. The crown is teeny tiny, but overall you get probably a lot more pleasure than what you bargained for. Now a word about the movie. I think Mary Harron captured the themes of the novel brilliantly, leaving you scratching your head at the end, wondering whether or not the murders were real, which is the point of the story. Nobody cares or wants to know, and everyone is interchangeable, all superficial, and nothing really matters. To think that at one point Oliver Stone and Leo DiCaprio were attached to the project, it would have been a very different movie. Probably very hard to digest, knowing Stone film treatments. And while DiCaprio is a decent enough actor, I always see that 5% of acting in him that I don't see with Bale. Christian Bale embodies his characters like nobody else can. So there you go. Now you know which watch to track down if you want to feel like the true on-screen American Psycho.